Alright, alright. Peace, everybody. Peace, everybody. Nakway Malakish to all the pure souls out there that's trying to find what the fuck am I seeing? Bro, I'm only 20 seconds into my intro, right? And I'm looking at my YouTube shit. And look what I see down here. I'm gonna move my shit to the side. Oh, you can't even see it because my display shit too large. Hold on. I was wondering why my shit was like looking weird on my music videos when I be doing my FL vlogs. There we go. Look at the dude. What is this shit down here? They hang the nigga. See, this the shit. Oh, this was from Kai Cenat shit. See, this is why I be telling y'all, stop watching Kai Cenat and these streamers, bro. They be... Look, even Kai Cenat even has the Knights of Templar shirt on. Look, you gonna see it again. Where is that? Look at that. So we know what Kai Cenat... Anyways, that's not even what I wanted to talk about, bro. I wanted to talk about the UFOs and shit. Because they got niggas hemmed up with this Drake shit, Jay-Z shit, P. Diddy shit, Kendrick Lamar shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I will speak on it, but I don't give a fuck about that shit. What I give a fuck is about religion being destroyed and atomized. How you say that word, nigga? Hold on. How you say that word? Atomized, nigga. Atomized. Oh, let me see. No. Say that shit.
Atomized.
Atomized. There we go. I want to see religion atomized to its most minuscule molecular level, nigga. I gotta use all these giant ass words. I want to see religion atomized, reduced to its molecular minuscule level, nigga. Because it got a lot of niggas brainwashed. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we're back on the alien shit, nigga. You know what I'm here for. Them aliens, nigga. That's the best part about this shit going on the planet is the fact that religion is on the verge of being... And you want to know what's going to be so crazy? When these ETs get... See, y'all don't know, right? So y'all hear about these different... Let's talk about it, right? Different if y'all see me, I have searched up different poop me because I like to look at different shits. You know, certain types of shit lets you know what your health is like. Since I might as well show y'all different shits. You feel me? Different shits. If your shit is in like little balls, nigga, separate hard lumps, you on the verge of being constipated, nigga. Your shit lumpy and sausage like, you're slightly constipated. Y'all need to look into this shit, literally. But let's look at different ETs, right? Extraterrestrials, right? That people know so far and spoken of, right? So everybody is talking about the fucking let me make sure I'm still seeing. Let me make sure the volume right. Okay, we Gucci. So and if y'all hear some fan or something in the background, that's my heater. That's my space heater. But everybody knows about the fucking reptilian niggas. You know, people be shape shifting into reptilians and shit. Let me see. Like known alien race, the Greys. Most importantly, the fucking most famous alien around the earth is these niggas. These are very much real beings, or else they wouldn't. These niggas, you can't make up this shit. You don't just come up with this. You see what I'm saying? You don't just you don't come up with this right here. Look at President Bush, but you just don't come up with this type of shit out your head. You feel me? This is something you have to already seen before. Nothing is new under the sun. Remember that. I'm trying to see if I can find like a different list of them. Like, this is your reptilians. This is your Deru or your Daru or however you want to say it, but it's spelled Deru. You got your Teru and your Deru. Your Deru is the one with the cone heads, as niggas talk about. You heard a lot of these alien races. I'm just gonna throw it out there right now. Nobody knew what these races was except Dr. Malachi Z. York. He was the only nigga that was able to decipher and give these beings actual names and descriptions before anybody else started talking about them. My bad, y'all. But yeah, shit, Greece right here. But Malachi Malachi Z. York was the first person to explain. He was the first person to explain all this shit in such great detail that no other human could explain in detail the way he did. He was able to create descriptions because he was getting these visions and telepathical downloads, having these telepathical conversations as well. And he has had what you would call close encounters of the fourth kind. So you got different kinds of experiences. You got the close encounters of the first kind, second kind, third kind. Fourth kind is where you're actually, the third kind is where you're seeing these ships in the sky. That's what everybody is seeing right now. Everybody is having a third kind experience around the planet, which we finna get into in a second because I got that on my YouTube. Now we're moving into the stage of fourth and fifth kind. Now let me explain to you these different kinds, right? Fourth and fifth kind, right? Close encounter. They're called close encounters, right? You got different scales. So you got nocturnal lights in the night sky that everybody is seeing right now. UFOs seen in the daytime, generally having disodial or oval shapes. Radar. Close encounters are the first kind. So this is the first one. Visual sightings, seemingly less than 500 feet away, that show appreciable angular extension and considerable detail, which is what niggas are seeing right now. Close encounters are the second kind. A physical effect is alleged. This can be interference functioning of a vehicle, which actually happened. This actually happened. They was talking about it. I think I showed it in my last video when I was on the computer. But people was talking about when they was driving under these drones. These so-called, they're drones that they're trying to label them as drones. They're not drones. But people, okay, so I'm finna say this, right? One of the witnesses said they drove under the drone, right? And they fucking clock in their car, and they watches and shit started tweaking, nigga. This is the same shit niggas was talking about 70 years ago when they was getting abducted like a motherfucker. It seems like the abduction's about to start rolling back around. But somebody said they even drove under one of them drones, and when they did, they clock started spazzing out, and then when they finally got away from it after a certain distance, they clock went back to normal. That's close encounters of the second kind. You feel me? So, functioning of a vehicle, electronic device, animals reacting, physiological effects such as paralysis, heat, discomfort, or some physical trace like impressions in the ground, scorched or otherwise affected vegetation, like crop circles, or a chemical trace. And radiation is another one. Nuclear radiation, because a lot of these ships run off of nuclear energy and nuclear fusion engines that allow them to experience anti-gravity effects. Close encounters of the third kind, UFO encounters in which animated entity is present. These include humanoids, robots, and humans who seem to be occupants or pilots of a UFO. But then you have further ones. You have in close encounters of the fourth kind. This is when people are actually getting abducted. You see what I'm saying? This is when niggas is actually getting abducted. You did? You're going to start seeing that again. Close encounters of the fifth kind. Now, this is where it gets weird. It says that where an alien abductee receives some manner of physical effect from their close encounter, typically injury, healing, experiments, probing, putting shit up your asshole. Sometimes they have you mate with things. Let me just say it like that. Sometimes they have you mate with things in order to get to extract eggs or semen from the males. So hold on, back to this shit, right? So hold on. Oh my bad. I didn't even show y'all the shit. Well, I don't care because it's not that major for me to show y'all. But I just wanted to read it over to y'all. It's called the Hynek scale. So the different close encounters, right? But anyways, like I said, the only person who was able to explain this shit into the greatest detail was Dr. Malachi Z. York, because he was actually being brought on a lot of those. Well, my bad, not a lot of those ships where all that was going on. He was being brought on a lot of our brothers and sister ships that been left Earth way back a long time ago, which is what your ancient civilizations are. That's why they left all that shit there in them pyramids and shit for the new generation of Ethereans, because they knew that we was gonna find them bitches, be able to decipher them, and then once again become another generation that reached interstellar travel, bro. Interstellar travel. But it's being gate kept from us by these evil entities. So, like I said, Dr. Malachi Z. York was being brought on a lot of those Etherean ships and being given the information because he a certain type of soul, bro, he a certain type of soul that's here to lead, nigga. You feel me? That's here to lead a lot of people back to the truth. Like, that's one thing Dr. Malachi Z. York says. He said, I'm here to only give you one thing and one thing only that you always wanted, and that's the truth, nothing else. He not here to lead you here, lead you there. He's here to give you the truth and the power that's in you, nigga. He's leading you to yourself. That's the greatest leader of all time, is a leader that can always lead you back to the power in yourself. So, so you got these different, like I said, these different extraterrestrials. That's how he was able to find out, because our intergalactic brothers and sisters, the Ethereans, Nubians or Nuwapians that managed to reach interstellar travel back in the day, or the Egyptian times, or the ancient times as they call it, they were passing this information back down. Like, yeah, nigga, it's a bunch of shit on Earth with y'all, nigga. It ain't just us, nigga. It's a bunch of other shit. So that's when he found out these different beings like the Pleiadians. Now, when you read, what book was it that I read? As a matter of fact, it was by him. It was by I think it was actual. Which one? I think it was actual fact. I think it was this one. Actual fact number 20, bro. Lost Records of Our Time. It was either this one. Let me see. Map of the North Pole. Yeah, I gotta read this man books. Them bitches go crazy, gang. Them bitches go crazy. Map of Transylvania. And the reason why he speaks about Transylvania too, because like Santa Claus, I wanted to speak on Santa Claus, right? Since it's Christmas too, I wanted to speak on that shit. I'm sorry I'm diving off into shit. We're gonna get into this UFO situation too that's happening right now, currently. But Santa Claus, if you take this word around and switch it, right? I'm gonna type it in for y'all, right? Wait, can y'all see? Yeah, y'all can see. So look at the top right here where I'm typing at. You got Santa Claus, right? Santa Claus. Now, if you take that word Santa and switch it around, right? Let's just move that T behind that. Let's move that T in behind that A right there. So we gonna do a translation or a transliteration, as they call it. We gonna move that T right there, put that N right there, and leave that A at the end. My bad. Not put that N right there. We gonna put that A right, that T right there where that N was. We gonna take that A and put it where that T was, and put the N at the end where that A was. And you get Satan. And you got claws, nigga. And if you want to do a transliteration of claws, nigga, you get claws. You feel me? Satan's claws. And that's why they always sing that song. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Because I've been hearing that shit every fucking where I go, into every store that's playing goddamn Christmas music. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of that spell y'all keep casting on my children. And not just my children, every race of children, nigga. Y'all keep putting them in Satan's claws. Notice Satan wears all red. He got a little white in there, but he wears all red. The white represents the purity of the children. The blood represents the sin that he's trying to bestow upon them. So Satan's claws, nigga. He trying to get you in his claws. He doesn't want you to be naughty. If you be naughty, he gonna do some naughty things to you. Pause on that. Hold on. You feel me? Pause on that. Pause on that, nigga. I'm gonna need you to look at me close up. Pause on that. Now, anyways, and you know you gotta be a good child, cause it's pertaining to children. You know that shit ain't got nothing to do with no grown folks. You feel me? That shit ain't got nothing to do with that's really towards the children. But anyways, like I was saying, let me go back to the book. My bad. Let me go back to this book. But Satan's claws, that shit, that ain't nothing. And these beings too. The reason why you see Transylvania in here. What is one thing that's associated with Transylvania? Dracula. And I told you that these beings are Dracula, vampire. These beings feast off of straight blood, nigga. I mean, for fuck's sakes, they use blood on their skin to keep their skin looking good. How you think these celebrities stay good? It's looking good, nigga. They call it the fountain of youth, but you think it's a fucking fountain of some magical water. No, it's a fountain of blood, nigga. So, yes, these niggas, you know, that does not mean Santa Claus and Frankenstein are or were real. They weren't, but they pertain to things that are real, though. Because Frankenstein, y'all know Frankenstein was a nigga that was built off of, how was this nigga built? Was he built from like dead bodies, if I'm correct? He was built with like different shit. How was Frankenstein made, nigga? So he was stitching, Frankenstein's creates his monster. So go watch the movie Van Helsing. Van Helsing will really show y'all all that shit. Van Helsing was fire, nigga. Victor Frankenstein creates his monster by stitching together body parts and reanimating them with science and alchemy, the same way these 6 ether beings was created from different shits and then put together through alchemy and through the process of eugenics and grafting, genetic grafting. And they were reanimated with an AI spirit. That's why we call them NPCs, because really most of y'all 6 ether people is NPCs. It ain't even a 9 ether being. You got a few 9 ether beings out there that's really NPCs too, but most of y'all 6 ether beings are NPCs, bro. Just being real, and it's only a very few of y'all that are actually main characters. But when you look at the story of Dracula, and which would be Satan Claus. But when you look at, I can't even say Santa no more. Satan Claus. I can't even unread it no more. It's stuck in my head. But when you look at the story of Dracula, aka Satan or Santa, and then Frankenstein, Dracula was, you know, the movie Van Helsing, he needed Frankenstein for his mission. In his whatever he was trying to achieve in that movie. But you know, Dracula, he feasted off of blood, and then he created this entity that works for him, aka Frankenstein, which is the 6 ether beings. But I think this is the book too. Nah, I don't think it was this book. I gotta go back and read this one. This one like some sauce. I forgot which book it was, bro. Not Your Potential. I read that already. I think it's the Black Book. Yeah. Here we go. Cause I was on page 105. It's either this one, bro. I was reading so much in this book, bro. It don't make no damn sense. I was on page 105. So no, it wasn't this book neither. Damn, what book was I reading by you? Malachi? Send me the message, bro. Send me the message, Pops. OG, send me the message. Which book was it that I was reading of yours? Does God need love? Because he speaks about how the 6 ether beings was created by Pleiadians, which is it was created by the Pleiadians, but your Draconians used them though. You feel me? Your Draconian used them. Is it this one? 18 plus 18 plus 1 equals 37? I think it was this jump. Yeah, because I'm on page 109. Okay, yeah, because I read the whole shits. I even did the little, hold on, where is that? He even had questions in his Hey, Malachi wasn't playing no games. He made sure you read his shit, nigga. This nigga had a test for you at the end, because I got all the way to the end. I went and seen the questions. I was like, hold on. I was like, this nigga got a test at the end? I was like, I had to go back and double read to make sure I answer these questions correctly. But this was the book right here, and he goes into how these beings were spliced and created. You feel me? And it was through this shit right here. This is the interesting shit right here, right? Because we got to see as we move forward, these UFOs and this disclosure of extraterrestrials, their gods are about to be introduced to you, which ain't nothing but ETs, nigga. That's just trying to run shit on some evil shit. It's like in the movies, nigga. It doesn't matter to a bacterium whether an artificial gene such as the Canaanites 6-ether disease gene is in its DNA. It codes for a protein like one of the bacterium produces naturally or not. That is entirely different. If it is in the genome, the bacteria will continue to make proteins and reproduce itself. So they took a ring of DNA out of this bacterium, which is deep inside your cell, the inside of your cell, basically, because you got your nucleus and shit right here, your Golgi, what's it called? Not platter, your Golgi something. Then you got your mitochondria, which is the engine of your cell, mitochondrial DNA that can only be passed down to the women. Because he spoke on that in here too. But, you know, they were going into the women's. So they were really, that's why a lot of our women get kidnapped. They go into their mitochondrial DNA, remove their, the rings of DNA out of the bacterium of the mitochondrial DNA in order to replicate and give birth. Because you remember, the only thing that can birth on this planet is a woman. So, of course, they would be using their genetics to birth a new species that is not natural to the planet because it can't intake the sun. Now, is that a racial thing? No, because you have something called melanocytes, which all white people have, but they're shut off, they're cut off, so they don't produce melanin like how this one is producing. But go read this book. It shows you everything about, you know, these beings and how they were created, the shit that they indulge in. On top of that, the gods that they worship. Let me go back. You know, he explained like the same, you feel me? You got the kid, look at that. Come on now. This is something that they've been known to do genetically. Now, is this me hating on them? No. Do what y'all do, nigga. That's y'all genetics. Yeah, why my headphones die? Oh, no, they didn't die. They just turned off. But to y'all, what time is it? But to y'all, y'all 6-ether beings, do what you love doing, gang. Like, look, you can't tell me, like, he's showing you all the signs, and it's an old book, but it's not outdated. This book still pertains to today. Look, he shows the simian line that they still carry genetically in their hands, the eyes that they carry, the same eye color that they carry like the wolves. And on top of that, I think hold on, let me show you this shit. Look at them. You know, we always say they lick and kiss their dogs. And this nigga eating raw meat. This is genetics. That's why I love Dr. Malachi Z. York, because he's breaking down the genetics. He's looking at how these people act, and how they act is based on your genetics. It's called behavioral genetics, aka phenotype. What is your phenotype? And whatever phenotype you carry, that's the behavior that you're going to have of whatever code is in that phenotype. Because genes, when we talk about genetics, genes are nothing but different codes, and these different codes make up a program. You feel me? This is a simulated reality. To y'all that know me, y'all know what's up. Y'all know, because y'all do y'all research. But to the ones with thick skulls and thick craniums and thick domes up here, I gotta really drill this shit into the most simplest form possible. So genes, right? Your DNA, that's that tiny shit you see spinning to my hood niggas, into the dumb 6-ether beings out there that don't do shit but fucking cause chaos. Yeah. And be racist all day. That shit that's in your fucking cells called DNA, that's a code. Go look it up. That's why they call it codons, because these different codes are then formulated inside your DNA into a matrix, a crystallized matrix, which is then, it keeps replicating itself into a full-on program as a tree, into a full-on program as a grass, into a full-on program as an animal, into a full-on program as a rock, into a full-on program as a human. So different humans have different codes. Let's get that correct, because this is facts that they have different codes, because you have these beings that look like this, and then you got us. We go down. You got, damn, you got us that look like this. Why do we look different? Because we have two different sets of programs with sets of codes from our DNA in our body, which makes us different. So we're completely two different programs experiencing two completely different realities. We have sex differently. The sex is different for us. The food tastes different from us. We make food different from y'all. The way we read is different from y'all. The way our cognition works and the way we are able to process, absorb, and formulate, formulate things, situations, answers for solutions or answers for problems is different from y'all, bro. It's completely different because we literally have a different code. We have a different code from y'all, bro. This is genetics. So, like I was saying, these beings, you feel me? The code that y'all carry seems to be a corrupted code because y'all seem to live in corrupted manner, bro. Y'all do. Y'all live in corrupted manner. And then not only that, y'all do this shit with animals because it's been going on way back to the Neanderthal time where y'all was in the caves with animals. You see what I'm saying? Y'all was in the caves with animals. Y'all didn't know how to produce fires and shit. That's why a dog is a man's best friend. Because when the wolves came around when it was cold and shit, first of all, the wolves knew they couldn't fuck with Neanderthals. Because they was like, hold on. What is that walking? Them wolves was like, hold on, nigga. What the fuck is that walking out that cave right there? I ain't never seen an animal. That's a weird dog. That's what the wolves was telling each other. They was looking at each other and, in the pack and shit, they looking at it. They like, nigga, that's a weird dog. I didn't know dogs can walk with two legs. You feel me? Until the motherfuckers put up on them with sticks and clubs and shit, start beating the shit out the dogs. But when the dogs finally seen that, like, damn, these niggas can hunt animals bigger than us, these beings became friendly with them. And they started sharing their meat with the dogs. And that's when the dogs became their best friends. And they would guard them. These wolves, not even dogs, the wolves would protect them, fight with them. Sleep, like I said, even sleep with them because they knew how to produce. They did know how to produce fire. I'll give them that. They knew how to produce fire and shit, and keep themselves warm inside them cold ass caves. And the wolves would come around to stay warm during cold ass times and shit. Due to the northern environment that they were living in. So, that's why dogs is a man's best friend. You feel me? This goes back way back in BC times. This is genetical shit, nigga. So, and not only that, their genetics is composed of dogs. You see what I'm saying? I mean, let's just Google this, right? How much DNA does a dog share with humans, nigga? We ain't gonna say us, but humans and dogs share about 84% of their DNA. That means 84%. Humans share the same 84% of DNA that dogs share or have. You see what I'm saying? So, you feel me? It goes back to this. But the beings that made them, when we go all the way back up here, right? When we go all the way back up here, and we talk about the Pleiades and the Pleiadians, this is George Washington Masonic apron. This is his apron, and it shows the 6-star cluster, which is the Pleiades, and that's what the Washington Monument also aligns with. It aligns with the blazing star, and which also aligns with the Pleiades at 33 degrees. So this is some real. They doing the same shit that we were doing with our pyramids. Everything. So that's what I'm telling you. I meant to say this in my last video from last night. Y'all better quit playing with them white folks too, though. Cause while they was too busy brainwashing us with all the shit that we don't need and that doesn't benefit us, religion. While they was brainwashing us, they was going off and learning our shit, nigga. They was going off and learning our shit and using it for themselves so they can gain more power over the world the same way we did at one point. It's just they wanted to gain power over the world for malicious intent due to their leaders that created them. And where is that, right? Here we go. The Pleiades did this to infest the Kawak, which is the planet. And you see Pa Kamau, the Pleiadians of Kamaat, Pleiade star system, a cluster of 7 stars. I'm reading right here on 36. Can y'all see this? Let me make sure everything's still good. Okay, yeah, we good. So, a cluster of 7 stars forming the 6-pointed star Amos needed to breed here on Taha, Earth, and could not sustain their life form because of the Pashamash, which is the sun. They can't sustain life. The Pleiadians can't sustain life on here because of the sun being so close to the Earth, 93 million miles away. 93, 9 times 3. But they can't live here because of the sun, so they had to create a being that could withstand it to a certain extent. You feel me? But now this bacteria was given to the hominid genome by Orionians or Orionians, but I'm gonna say Orionians, and later by Anunnaki, Anakim, which in Anunnaki means those who were sent from sky. So be careful, motherfuckers talking about, oh yeah, we the Anunnaki gods and this, that, and the third. No, Anunnaki means different beings that came from the sky. These are beings that came from the sky. Anu means the sky. Ki means earth, and Na, the Anunna, the Nana means sent to. So Anunnaki sent to Ki, Kai sent to earth. You feel me? These, not sent to earth, but came from the sky to earth. These are different beings coming from out of the sky into the earth. That's why they gave them that name, the Anunnaki, which was really the humans that came up with that name, or the 6 ether beings. But Anunnaki means different beings. But what beings are coming from the sky? Well, you got Pleiadians, which is one of them. The Etherians, which is us. That's our main group, the Etherians. That's what we are called because we embody all ethers of the universe. The highest ether is the 9 ether plane, and that is basically the most high plane that you can basically tap into through your genetics, because you could embody all 9 ethers within your vessel too. Which I believe we have 9 chakras instead of 7. But the Pleiadians, the genome, this was implemented, you feel me, into the humans basically, and it was done by way of series of sexual contacts in exchange of divine fluids as a form of infections. Divine fluids. Now, when we say divine fluids, y'all know what I'm talking about. That shit was, so this was done by way of sexual contacts in exchange of divine fluids, you feel me, as a form of infection. So they was infecting the human genome, the pure human genome that was originally created by the Etherians first. So for breeding by disease such as leprosy or the albinism to infect. So the beings that were already here were basically Etherians, but some of the Etherians started getting down with them Pleiadians, and then they started to breed an offspring that was genetically mutated. Let's say that. They were genetically mutated, which led to 6 ether beings being created. You feel me? Now, am I saying that some of these situations, or am I saying all of these sexual contacts and encounters were intentional? No, some of them were forced too upon the earthly Etherians. So, all in all, y'all go read this book. It's called 18 plus 18 plus 1 equals 37 Genes of the Mitochondrial DNA by Dr. Malachi Z. York himself. Hold on, my bad. Yeah, here we go. I want to get a picture of him by the master teacher himself, Malachi Z. York. But, so now, and then, like I said, then, the Pleiadians was kind of like the first ones over here doing all this genetic experimentation, because the reptilians, they don't really they just tyranny beings. They're just tyrannical beings that like to cause tyranny and chaos. They're not really as smart. They just space pirates. If you don't know what a space pirate is, go play the game Metroid. Space pirates are they kind of dumb. They smart, but they dumb though at the same time, because they so animalistic in nature. but at the same time, they smart enough to build shit and kind of like work towards shit and do their own experiments as well. But they not as smart as the Pleiadian is when it comes to genetical experiments, technological experiments, and dealing with AI. The reptilians let them handle all that while they go around with the dominant force, the brute force, to take over shit. Because that's what the space pirates was used for in Metroid. The space pirates, any being that they see with more power than them, they always followed under that being. They looked at that being as a god because they like, damn, this nigga stronger than us. We dumb, so we just gonna follow him. You feel me? It's like I don't know, it's weird. So, you know, that's what they do because it's a being. It's some, the niggas. I mean, not say beings. It's some niggas that's running them reptiles. But yeah, the Pleiadians was kind of like the first ones going around on the planet doing genetical experimentations, and they were like a reason for the abductions that happened back in the 60s and 70s, along with the Greys. The Greys came later in the picture. The Greys came during our time, our modern time, during the 60s and 70s, and still roaming around this bitch to this day. So yeah, you know, they're introducing, I'm trying to introduce y'all guys to them before they do, because they gonna try to paint a bright image that all these beings are friendly and da-da-da-da-da. We had contact with them. Your government has had contact with them 30 years, and they're the reason why our technology is so happy. But they're gonna tell you that they're benevolent when they're really malevolent. So let's get to this shit, right? So go watch this hearing. This hearing was straight grease right here. This hearing was straight grease. Like, they was talking about, bro, this hearing was straight grease. I actually went back and watched it again. It was some shit that I actually missed when I was watching this hearing. They, you know, your government actually does have retrieved crafts. My bad. I said that they didn't. In this hearing, they did say they had retrieved crafts. And I learned too, it's not really your government that's associated with all of this. They still work with them, but they're not associated with the shit that happened with the extraterrestrials. It's these private companies. I'm finna go see if I can find that one clip, right? I'm finna go see if I can find that one clip in here. Cause she asked the dude, she was like, she asked him, she said, so do you believe the crafts are these crafts, which they're calling drones, but these UFO crafts? She's like, do you believe they're private companies, or do you believe they're non-human? Is it non-human intelligence? Because they all said in this hearing, these crafts were not built by. They keep mentioning this. Peep gang, they keep mentioning this shit. They gonna keep saying it. These crafts were not created by our government or any other government around the world. They're going to keep mentioning that. So she asked him, she's like, okay, so do you think this has something to do with private? Where's the lady at? Her name, this her name right here. I fuck with her because she wasn't playing no games in this damn in this hearing. But she was like, do you believe they're do you believe these crafts are built by private organizations or non-human intelligence? And the dude answered back. He said, I like to say it's a little bit of both. I said, what the fuck? So you mean to tell me there's private companies, BlackRock, Rothschilds, all of them. You mean to tell me it's private investors and companies and non-human niggas that's making these bitches? And you wonder why a lot of shit is private when it comes to the government. You wonder why there's a lot of private investors and private companies out there that you don't hear of that got billions and trillions of dollars, and you wonder where they get that trillions of dollars from and that technology from in order to implement into the world. But let me see if I can.
Because they feared what might be disclosed. But we stood firm. No amount of outside
media were mocked, and even
they're sitting on a huge amount of visual and other information, still photos, video photos, other sensor.
Okay, I think it was here. Hold on.
Maybe thousands by
to our
NASA, the NASA
believer information.
No. Go back.
But of innovation, and they haven't.
Okay. What's the key takeaway? Just a few seconds about the Immaculate Constellation document you provided us today.
I think that
the government.
These are. I'm coming from the Defense Department. Stated.
I'm trying to find that part.
By recovered craft.
Here you go. Here you go.
I submitted for my book through the DOPSR process, which took a year for it to be reviewed. And what is in the book is what I was told I'm allowed to talk about.
Has the government conducted secret UAP crash retrieval programs? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Were they designed to identify and reverse engineer alien craft? Yes or no?
Yes.
Listen, she said, were they performing secret operations to retrieve crash UAPs? He said yes. And then listen.
Talk about.
Has the government conducted secret UAP crash retrieval programs? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Were they designed to identify and reverse engineer alien craft? Yes or no?
Yes.
Were they designed to reverse engineer those alien? Did she say alien crafts?
Okay. Were they designed to identify and reverse engineer alien craft? Yes.
Alien crafts, nigga. I thought they was drones. You see how they slip up, nigga, with the words? You gotta listen to these niggas, bro. You gotta really listen. They be slipping shit out. Sometimes they don't even mean to. But alien crafts, yes or no? Yes. Yes, nigga. They're doing all kind of secret shit, and it's coming out now. This was at the Washington D.C.
Yes or no?
Yes.
The House. What's
Does
that?
the
House Oversight.
U.S.
whatever.
government have any reverse? Okay, we already answered that question about retrieval programs. Do any U.S. contractors have the same?
Now, contractors, listen to this. This gets interesting.
Would prefer to address that in a closed session, ma'am.
Okay. In your book, you mentioned government employees who've been injured by UAPs placed on leave and receiving government compensation for their injuries. Is that correct?
That is correct.
How can the government deny we have recovered craft if they're paying people?
Listen to this. So she said, was people injured from these crashes, these UFO crashes? And he was like, yes. Now watch the question she asked right after that.
Injured by UAPs.
So let me go back.
Do any U.S. contractors have the same?
I would prefer to address that in a closed session, ma'am.
Okay. In your book, you mentioned government employees who've been injured by UAPs placed on leave and receiving government compensation for their injuries. Is that correct?
That is correct.
How can the government deny we have recovered craft if they're paying people because they've been injured by recovered craft?
Ma'am, that's a great question. That's why I think we're here again.
That's a 5-star, nigga. That's the question of the year. How can you deny alien crafts, extraterrestrial crafts, when y'all literally paying people and putting them on leave for being injured by these crafts in these crashes? That was a good ass question.
And because I've seen the documentation by the U.S. government for several of these individuals who have sustained injuries as a result of a UAP incident.
It's a crazy idea, right? The hypocrisy and the logic. Okay, Mr.
Right.
Schellenberger, I'm going to say it again.
See, I bangs with her.
Be very.
It's like she's so fresh. It's like she been trying to talk about this shit for years, and people been probably calling her crazy and shit and denying shit and this, that, and the third. And she just fed up, and she finally glad that she can get this information and get it out, and she's just fed up. You feel me? But
their
hey,
Immaculate Constellation.
that's the name of their project. That's the name of their their UFO retrieval program in reverse engineering program. It's called Immaculate Constellation. And their Immaculate Constellation would be the Pleiades constellation, because that's the beings that created these niggas right here. This look like a Pleiadian right here. I mean, look at this nigga in his hair. I have never seen you see how pale he is compared to her? Like he looked blue or something. I don't know. But you see how more, you feel me? She looked more in color, if I should say. This nigga look pale how the Pleiadians do, and has the same hair that they do. Interesting.
What's its mission and how are they funded?
Its mission is to, as I stated, its mission is to, it's an unacknowledged special access program. Its mission is to document UAPs.
Okay, and do you, for your story and your report, do you have more than one credible source?
I do.
Sourcing, okay.
I do.
And then why do you believe your sources to be credible? How do you judge the veracity of the documentation you've been provided about this program?
I checked the sources, and they are who they say they are. They are current or former government officials. Mm-hmm. I wanted to also add that I did not specify that they were Defense Department employees. I didn't specify the agency nor the gender.
Would they have included non-government employees, people that aren't employed by the government?
These are, I'm comfortable saying that these are government or previously government employees.
Any of them currently employed by a private contractor or private contractors?
I'd rather not say.
Okay.
See, when every time they say I can't tell you that, nigga, It's a yes. Even she knows. She like, okay, I know that means that's a yes, because anything y'all deny, we would be more shocked if y'all would have came out and said the shit like, well, yeah, they're owned by this and this and this and that. We'd be like, damn. We probably would have had a hard time believing y'all telling the truth than y'all telling it, because we know y'all lie so much. We already know what the truth is. As soon as y'all say, oh, is that real? No, it's not real. Okay, we know it's real because y'all lie a lot. Mr. Cap a lot. That's what the government is. Cap a lot.
What's the key takeaway, just a few seconds, about the Immaculate Constellation document you provided us today?
I think that what the American people need to know is that the U.S. military and intelligence community are sitting on a huge amount of visual and other information, still photos, video photos, other
So the government is sitting on so much videos, documents, and photos, and we not talking no, he finna say it, we not talking no 360p. You know how your shit right here, it be the quality be in 144p. We not talking no 144p ass videos. We talking 4K, high resolution, high quality pictures and photos and videos that the government has that they will not release to the world because it will literally shock them.
Information, and they have for a very long time, and it's not those fuzzy photos and videos that we've been given. There's very clear
High res,
high resolution.
How many visuals, graphics, videos, photos?
I mean, I've been told hundreds, maybe thousands. I mean, I also wanted to say, because there was some conversation around concern around the revealing of these materials, revealing the source collections, but some of these are shot from helicopters using normal videos of oceans. I just think that's absurd that somehow you're going to be revealing some secret U.S. technology by revealing that you've photographed orbs off the coast of Kuwait.
Okay, thank you. I have 8 seconds. Mr. Gold, did the NASA independent study team get briefed on what you call OSAP? Very quickly.
I flagged the Advanced Aerospace Weapons System Application Program to our chair and our DFO. We did not get briefed, but I believe it is definitely worth looking into. That was probably the largest UAP review effort ever, and I think produced a lot of interest data, including revealing Nimitz. I don't know if my fellow witness Lou might want to. He did yeoman's work on it. Might want to comment.
Okay. All right. I'm going to turn to Mr. Moskowitz, who will be recognized for 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman.
Let me see.
Conspiracy theorist. You actually have a legitimate. So when you're in this room,
It's about a page front talk.
how
Well,
conduct ask
an option, but they probably wouldn't have allowed me to try to thread the needle.
My bad. I'm skipping through some of this. I'm trying to find a part where he was like, they asked him a question. You know, is this technology built by private companies or non-human intelligence? And he was like, both.
There are certain documents that we have in the U.S. government. There's a special act. How many people are
Can you tell us about the Omaha number of the? Tell us more.
Like it, Congressman. Ship was UAP exhaust or the water exhibit.
Minutes of questioning.
Yeah, we'll start with Mr. Gallaudet. During discuss the TikTok, it's been said they're more for what reason would the Department of Defense,
Especially of speculate.
one of you claimed last year's UAP hearing before, well, it's not only being disinformation campaign, UAP whistleblower.
Year I'd be on me of the AP stating possible force of initiatives.
Person over Langley Air Force Base. Give how frequently are UAP sympathetic to these incursions?
certainly some sort of relationship between sensitive U.S. military have, this is problematic, enter decades, and there's information
You have on something, say, 15 or 20 years old.
Sir, if I could have in the intelligence community department systems, or you address a...
Okay, we'll switch to Mr. Schellenberger. It's dedicated to recovery and reversions. You have the claims about the...
In front of you now, so I did a circular by, so I checked that when I said, as you mentioned.
Okay, I will now recognize Mr. Burchett for 5 minutes of questions.
Thanks to us for conduct.
So ordered.
Your last position with, how would you characterize UAPs?
So I don't think it was this. Hold on. Let me see.
government funding to those UAP efforts that remain hidden from congressional oversight. In closing, we as Americans have never been afraid of a challenge. In fact, challenge
Of asking questions without objection, so ordered. I would now like to.
Ranking member, there is a government.
My bad, y'all.
That
If I can't find it, then
I
fuck
see
it,
full
but
motion constellation.
it's in here. It was right in this area.
Base.
I think I was way past this. Hold on.
3 million told me free. Simply makes it political. It seems to detect censorship of redaction on a document. It shows the redaction to intelligence that we can
Hold for 5 minutes.
All got the truth.
Yeah, I listened to this nigga. Yeah. Hold on, we gonna get to it.
Conclusions.
Damn, how long was this nigga talking?
So I would just ask if it's yes or no to please just tell me yes or no. If it requires more than that, be very succinct because I would this morning 2007
I can't share with you the details, ma'am, but I can do it in a closed setting, and I can also tell you.
heard.
I can't share with you
Picks a UAP. What were the dates in
setting, and I can also tell you.
I think it was
the
right here.
agency that wrote a report on it.
Okay, so who has the imagery?
I can tell you that in a closed setting.
Can
See,
you
they don't want to tell nobody on a public. That's crazy.
describe what was depicted in the satellite imagery? Just a description.
It was a UAP, ma'am.
That's it. No other description.
The term that the analysts used, they called it the button. It was a disc-shaped object.
Okay, where was it?
I can't tell you that, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mr. Elizondo, you state in your testimony that, quote, advanced technologies not by our government or any...
Here it is right here. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is the most key, breaking, crucial shit right here. This is what I was looking for. She's going to ask him. No, the dude, Elizondo, the next nigga that's finna get ready to talk. This nigga said that these crafts that they're seeing were not produced by our government or any other global government. So it wasn't made by China. It wasn't made by Russia. It wasn't made by nobody on this earth. Listen.
Your testimony that, quote, advanced technologies...
Let me run it
right?
back.
Or was it?
I can't tell you that, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mr. Elizondo, you state in your testimony that, quote, advanced technologies not by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations around the globe.
So basically, he's saying these crafts that we're seeing that is not made by our government or any other government is monitoring sensitive military installations all around the world. Not just military places. They're also observing the nuclear power plants that they got and the energy plants that the other energy plants that they got around the world, because these beings are observing. They're trying to see how the fuck is y'all living the way y'all living. Y'all got all this technology and y'all living like this. Y'all living shitty like this. That's what they're trying to figure out. They trying to figure out how's these niggas so smart but dumb. That's what the ETs are saying. They like these niggas come up with smart plans to do dumb shit. You feel me? So that's what the ETs looking. They trying to figure this shit, and it's really the Ethereans. It's not no the other ETs that's of benevolent. I mean of malevolent, malicious nature, nigga. Them the one, they're already on Earth. They're not flying around and shit. They're walking amongst us and living underground and shit, and they bases and shit. And you feel me? But the beings that are now coming in at such a high rate, and they're coming in military formations. These ET ships are coming in triangle patterns, not the triangle crafts, but some of them are just orbs, and they're like literally in formations of squares, triangles, circles, or lines like a V or something like that. Because they're in military formation, they're coming in expressing a force of dominance, military dominance that they can't be fucked with, because these niggas is sitting over military bases, and you mean to tell me they ain't shooting them down? What? Let a regular commercial jet fly over Area 51. They're shooting that down. But these UFOs that pull up over Area 51, they like, okay, we see what y'all niggas doing down there. Y'all experiment. They not shooting them down because they know they can't.
End quote. If these technologies are not made by any government, who's making them? Private companies, or are you implying they are crafted by a non-human intelligence?
Well, ma'am, that's precisely why we're here. The problem is that, temporally speaking, over decades, not just the last 10 years, to put this in perspective,
are these private companies you're implying, or is this non-human intelligence?
It may be both.
Ooh. She said, are you implying that this is private companies or non-human intelligence? He said it may be both. It may be both. It is both. He can't speak about it. He can just only give them. The reason why he say it may be both, because he wants to give people, he can't give people the direct answer, but he's trying to give them the answer That's why he's there. It's some shit that he don't found out that he's like, damn, I gotta go back and tell the people what the best way I can without getting my neck cut off because I signed this contract where if I speak on this, me and my family gonna come up dead. But because even her, the lady that's talking, she was like, you know, yeah, I know we got to talk about this, but she said I was told that if I talk about this, it's going to be a group, some type of, I forgot the name that she said, it's going to be a group that come after me. But she was like, well, come on and come after me, bro. That's what she said. Niggas started laughing in that room, but they have to give you that speculation. They have to leave it up to you to speculate. Is it just private companies? Is it non-human intelligence? Is it both, or is it just non-human intelligence? You see what I'm saying? But it just to give y'all the direct answer, it is both, nigga. Because it's these private companies, we know who these private trillionaire dollar companies is, nigga. We come on now, and we know 9 times out of 10 they're working with beings. There's no way from 1990, let's say 1980. There's no way that technology has sped up the way it did from 1980 all the way up until today within just 40 years, in just 20 years, nigga. Even from 2000 to 2024. There's no way that technology just sped up the way it did at an increasingly rate until now we're with AI. Like, that's crazy. But isn't at the same time, it's not fake. It's a real thing happening in real time, you know. But anyways,
Perspective.
like,
private
just listen to this.
Companies you're implying, or is
10 years. Before, to put this in perspective, when
are these private companies you're implying, or is this non-human intelligence?
it may be both.
Okay.
When it comes to Blue Force Technologies, I would not be able to discuss.
Okay.
When it comes to Blue Force Technologies, let's see who that is. Blue Force. He just named somebody that I never heard of. This might be one of them private companies. An aerospace design and manufacturing company. So they design and manufacture aerospace in defense vehicles. So, like, you know, shit for airspace, basically Air Force, air and space forces. Why do you need a space force? What are we going to fight? What are we going to fight that's in space? You feel me? Think about that. Why do we need a space force in space defense? You ever thought about that shit? They even have something called a space defense program, if I'm correct. Space defense. No. Hold on. Let me see. Here we go. They call these niggas the Space Force. Japan. The space defense is the protection of the United States space systems and interests from threats. The Department of Defense and the United States Space Force have several organizations and strategies in place to achieve this goal. Space Command, Space Development Agency, Space Operations Squadron. It's like these niggas are preparing for intergalactic war or some shit. But from what though? And is this intergalactic threat, is it a threat to us, all of us humans, or is it a threat to just y'all because of the shit y'all doing to the humans? We don't know. We'll see as time continues to go on, as shit gets more and more revealed. But y'all see there, I showed y'all, nigga, them niggas is talking about this right now. That's why they giving y'all this shit about Diddy. They giving y'all this shit about Drake. They trying to keep y'all, now they throwing Jay-Z in the mix. They got the Kendrick in the Kendrick shit with the beef, and they doing all this shit to get niggas distracted. Donald Trump, they doing all this shit to keep niggas distracted from the fact that these niggas are having real conversations publicly. You feel me? But they trying to keep it. And look, CNN posted it. This is a CNN. This is a CNN news network. One of their YouTube channels, nigga. All channels combined from India. I don't know what the fuck that is, but you know, all channels combined, you know, from the different CNNs around the world. It has been the world's windows to India and India's windows to the world. So this is like, this is still CNN. Let's just say it. Let's just put it like that. It's still CNN. Look, Sean Diddy, they still talking about that shit. But this is where they post, you know, most of their shit at. I mean, you can find this here and other shit, but yeah, CNN, nigga, they ain't playing no games, nigga. They put that shit on there, but they put it on their most low-key account, which is this. I didn't even know they had this account, but they put it on their most low-key ass account where you couldn't find this shit. You feel me? And then they give you all this other shit on CNN about Jay-Z. They want to talk about Diddy. We don't give a fuck. Put this shit live on everybody TV right now. You feel me? But this was 2 weeks ago. You feel me? This was two, and this was a congressional hearing. They had one last year in 2023. And it was around June. It was like right after my birthday. No, it was right during it was on my birthday actually. They had a congressional hearing, but it wasn't as they wasn't exposing as much like how they did in this one. You feel me? So somebody said I'll take an alien invasion over nuclear war. My grandpa was in the secret sector for 30 years, and on his deathbed, he told me that he told my dad that aliens are real. I absolutely believe him. People are sick of being lied to. Outstanding. Remember, NASA was meant to explore the ocean. What they found down there scared the hell out of them. They started to find a way to leave Earth. So, I forgot all about that shit. I forgot all about that shit. Hey, I ain't gonna cap. NASA do not explore the ocean no more. All they do is explore space. Bob Lazar must be very happy to see all this disclosure for the closed-minded who thought he was crazy and lying. Yeah, Bob Lazar go crazy though. But yeah, they had, these are real credible people. This nigga was a part of the counter what's they called? Counterintelligence agency. He was a part of the counter-terrorist agencies. He was a part of many different secret intelligence agencies for years. So this nigga got years of experience. It's not just no conspiracy theorist. Even dude with the glasses that was on the podium talking to him, he's like, you're not just a conspiracy theorist. He's like, you're actually a nigga with a great credible background that's speaking about this. Look at this nigga with the cosmic tie in the background. This look like a cosmic tie. So like it's these niggas giving you signs on what's going on and what's happening too in just this fucking hearing alone. But that right there, bro, was a major key. Oh, hold on. Y'all can't see the tie that I was showing y'all. Let me show you this nigga tie right here. This nigga got a cosmic tie going on. Your Space Defense Agency. These niggas got a like I said, they preparing for something, bro. They're preparing for something, and they trying to keep it as low key as possible from the mainstream media. They trying to keep it low key as possible from the shit reaching mainstream media, because once it reaches mainstream media, a lot of people gonna be kind of shocked. And like I said, that's gonna cripple religion. Religion is already dying right now. And once this gets revealed on top of it to the mainstream world, it's gonna further cripple religion and eradicate it, atomize it, reduce it to its molecular and most minuscule level, or microscopic level. So like she asked him, she said, are you implying that this is private companies or non-human intelligence? He said it may be both, but according to the Blue Technologies NDA disclosure that I had to fucking sign, I can't talk about it, which is what dude said. That's the ball dropped right there for y'all. I can't even tell y'all nothing no more. So y'all can call me crazy. I got receipts for days, nigga. I'm gonna always bring y'all receipts, nigga. I don't cap. And I don't get paid from YouTube. I just started a new channel. This is my new channel, so I don't even get paid from YouTube, nigga. And why would I cap for free? You did? Why would I cap for free, nigga? What? I might as well, nigga, if I'm gonna do something for free, I might as well just tell you the truth. If a nigga out here capping for free, and it's one thing to cap for money, but if you out here capping for free, bro, you got air for brains. That's all I'm gonna say. You got air for brains. I'm just keeping it a G-stack. If you out here lying to the people for free, even if you're capping for money, you still got a major, let me show y'all something, right? You still got a major offense that you gotta take up into the celestial courts, nigga. The Celestial Court. If you don't know what the Celestial Court is, go play the game Black Myth Wukong, right? Go play the game Black Myth. It's called it's in Taoism, because that's where they pull all this shit from. I told you, Taoism, Daoism, that's where they pull all this shit from. But it's in Taoism. But the Celestial Court, also known as Tian Tian, holds a paramount position as a source of pure energy in Taoism as a celestial domain. It encompasses a multitude of gods and cultivated powers within the lineage, acting as a conduit to the religious courts for human utilization, while Taoism compromises various sects, each with unique belief systems. The celestial court represents a sacred space where faith powers are stored and deities find their abode. It's important to understand that the celestial court system is distinct to each sect, tailored to their specific practices. So this celestial court, its system can be used in each section, and it can be used in each specific practice or religion, whether it's a spiritual practice or a spiritual religion. It can be used in that, and it can be judged too, because it's a celestial court. God damn it! But you know, they put this in the game Black Myth Wukong. If y'all never played that game is crazy, nigga. It's almost like God of War, but for Chinese people. You see what I'm saying? And I love that shit. But yeah, nigga, the even if you are capping for money, the offense you got to deal with in celestial courts is gonna be crazy. But if you out here capping for free, nigga, you still got some shit to deal with, but it won't be as bad as niggas that was doing it for material gain. But if you think I'm out here capping for free, you a fucking fool. That's why I hop on this computer and I do videos like these, so y'all can research with me and watch this shit with me. I want niggas to sit with me and watch the shit that I'm always watching on the daily. I'm always keeping up on the daily, nigga, because I'm like, okay, we're getting closer to something. It's tension in the air right now as we get closer to 2030. It is a strong tension in the air right now among everybody. The governments, the ETs themselves too are feeling this tension. And a great snap. What happens when there's too much tension? It begins to snap, so it can release. That tension can release. So yeah, you know, there's a great tension that is about, you know, there's a great tension upon us that's about to snap. And like I said, you know, the fact that they are now telling you that, yeah, there's they're telling you that these crafts, they're not drones. Oh yeah. I meant to, my bad. We ain't gonna end it out just yet. I meant to go to the that other video I saw too, if it's still there. Now it's gone. I was finna watch that video. Hold on. I was finna watch that video. Clearest UFO footage. I was just finna watch that video. Here we go. And then we gonna show y'all the ones in New Jersey too going on right now.
Y'all, this weird drone UFO situation is getting out of hand, with people saying that these things look like miniature airplanes wrapped in Christmas lights.
I actually seen that last night. I seen a plane like that last night, which was interesting.
And they ain't lying. And last night, someone may have captured what is the clearest footage of one of these weird UFO, UAP drone things, and this thing was huge. Now, of course, this was in New Jersey, but I want to preface this by saying it is happening everywhere. Just check out this crazy sighting from Argentina.
They can't stop it. Look, ooh, they can't stop them, baby. They here. The Atlanteans is here. All your so-called ancient civilizations that came up missing and disappeared without a trace, they coming back home, baby. You think they just gonna leave and not come back home to the planet that they originated on to see what's going on with the next generation of their family? They're here, nigga. I told you the other ETs that's you know that you hear about, the Greys, reptilians, and all them niggas. That's not them in them skies like that. They're on the planet with us. You're sleeping with some of them. Be careful. You're sleeping with some of them. But look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. This is in New Jersey. They're seeing all this shit. I don't know what's going on the East Coast right now, but they're seeing the big shit. It's like the Armada said, come in. What they say, make noise in the East and strike in the West. Sung Soup, nigga. Make noise in the East and strike in the West. They got everybody looking here. What's finna happen? What's finna happen in the West? But look at that. And that's not just them. Those are not individual crafts. Those are not individual crafts. Wait till you zoom out. Wait till you zoom up. That's one big craft, nigga. That is one big craft, nigga. That's literally leaning at an angle. You got to think on how big that is. Let me go back to where it was zoomed out all the way.
Crazy sighting from Argentina.
Look at that shit. Look how long that is, and it's leaning with it too. That shit they leaning with that bitch, boy. You think that y'all probably they on that bitch standing like they on that bitch hitting the Michael Jackson lean standing up. They hitting the Michael Jackson lean standing on that bitch, boy. You better quit playing with them niggas. Look how big that craft is. You gotta think how big. And look at the colors. Look at the colors. Look at the colors. Look at the green. Look at the red. Look at the blue. Look at the blue. That's the same colors your body emit when it's at its highest charged state. You feel me? When it's at its highest state of charged energy. That's the same colors we emit on the ground when we're at a charged state. When they look down on the earth and see us, the Ethereans, they see us, they see these colors too. You feel me? But they're not as bright as they're supposed to be because we've been poisoned and we've been infected with so much shit over time being on this corrupt planet. In this corrupt domain of reality. But look at the colors that is beautiful. You can't tell me that ain't beautiful, gang. They showing a force of dominance, but they also showing you beauty at the same time. That nigga, we ain't here on no fuck shit. We can destroy shit in just a blink of an eye if we want to, but we don't have to, and we're not going to. We're here to stop. The moment y'all try to launch them nukes up, that's what we're here to stop, because we ain't got time for y'all to be doing this shit. You feel me? It's already an imbalance across the universe. But here on this planet, we gonna focus here, and most importantly, the children, nigga. Y'all been around here kidnapping and sacrificing and eating children to gain the fame and fortune that you need from these alien gods that pose as Baal, Moloch, and Baphomet, Satan and Lucifer. Those are the beings. They ain't nothing but ET beings, nigga. Lucifer himself is an ET being, nigga. He came from the heavens. What are the heavens? The skies, nigga. The heavens is not some mystical, beautiful gold city with gold gates and diamonds. Don't get me wrong, that does exist out there somewhere, but that's not above your head. What is above your head is a million different galaxies. The same way the inside of the brain looks, the same way the same way your neurons look in your brain, your neural network, the same way that looks in your brain is the same way the universe looks. So however many galaxies are in the universe, that's how many neuron cells are in your brain, nigga. Your brain, you are an embodiment of the universe. You are an embodiment of the planet. So, like I was saying, the heavens ain't nothing but them galaxies that's way up there in the sky that you see every night. You feel me? So when something comes from the heavens, doesn't mean it's always good. I mean, look at Lucifer, for fuck's sakes. The nigga was kicked out of the heavens. He was kicked out of fucking Nibiru. But he was kicked out of the heavens onto the earth. But he was also allowed to come back and forth to the heavens in his own craft. You feel me? He was also allowed to go back and forth to the heavens. He can't go back to his home. But he can go to somewhere else in the heavens and do whatever he want. But he not finna go back to his main home. Our home, because Lucifer is our brother. He not finna go back to our main home and keep fucking shit up like how he was doing, because he got too big for his britches, goddammit. But yeah, look at this shit. Look at them colors. You ain't never seen a drone ain't doing that. You ain't never seen no drone. Drones ain't doing this, gang. Drones are not, you can't call these drones. This is one big craft. This is similar to the Phoenix Lights, and this sound like this must have been in Mexico somewhere. This sound like this in Mexico. Or maybe Brazil, because out there in Brazil, they believe in that shit heavy when it come to UFOs and aliens. It was niggas out there y'all heard about the woman that got her face ripped off or some shit by some niggas with jetpacks and shit like that came off of craft in all black suits and shit. And they was speaking the same Brazilian language that they were speaking to. These beings can speak. Sometimes they choose not to speak. But they were speaking their same language, and then they pulled up on the woman and then tried to kidnap her, and then it ended up like they tried to take her face off, but some people started shooting at them. Somebody actually in the village had a gun. They started shooting at them, and they got up out of there. And the woman had like a long scar on her neck from where they tried to start taking her shit, basically mask her off, bro, on some brutal shit. But this was in Peru. It was in Peru. My bad. I don't even think Peru is in Brazil. Let me make sure. Peru. It's in South America. It is in Brazil. So yeah, this was in Peru. So it was I'm not sure exactly where in Peru because this is one big ass state. But yeah, it happened in Peru, in a Peruvian village. So yeah. Now look, everybody's talking about this shit now. Like it's one day ago. Now let's go to the New Jersey shit, right? It's still in New Jersey.
SUV-sized drones in New Jersey. Dozens of reports. Seen near military bases, armories, civilian areas, over people's houses, properties owned by President-elect Trump. The FBI says they've been investigating it for a month. A month? But many, like my next guests, say the response has been tepid. What could they be, and how is this so hard to figure out? Joining us now is New Jersey State Senator John.
Nigga, you mean to tell me, this is the same video too from the last video that I did. I realized, nigga, this is a triangle craft. Look, the lights, 1, 2, 3, it's a triangle craft. Notice the triangle is flying backwards. I didn't peep that shit, bro.
Is this so hard to figure out?
Look, the top point.
Joining us now is...
Look, there's the top point of the triangle right there. Y'all see that shit? Let me make sure y'all can see. Okay, y'all can see. The top point of that triangle is facing the other way, but that bitch is flying backwards with the flat end going the other way. That is crazy work. That is not a drone, gang. So stop. Y'all gotta stop labeling that shit on the fucking... A drone can't do that shit.
New Jersey State Senator.
That's a backwards flying triangle. This shit get funnier, fool. It gets more funny, fool. The more this shit get exposed, it's not shocking to me, but it's shocking to the people with thick skulls out there that never believed in this shit. But it's more funny to me though, because the shit that gets exposed more and more is just funny because like nigga, I watched this video before. I think it was the other one. I think it was this one. It was actually a triangle flying this way. I seen this one too, but I didn't realize the triangle was flying fucking backwards. That is crazy work.
Bramnick and former defense and intel official who investigated UFOs for the federal government, Luis.
Look at all them stamps. You don't get these stamps for free, nigga. You don't get them stamps just because you're a good boy. You get these stamps because you got status in the government, nigga. Look at all these stamps he got. Look at all them certifications he got back there to show you that nigga, I ain't just no conspiracy theorist. He even got his poker face ready. This nigga got his poker face ready.
Elizondo. Thank you for having...
Oh, that's Elizondo. That's the nigga that was in the hearing. I knew he looked familiar. This the nigga that was in the hearing. She asked him. She was like, are you implying it's private companies or non-human intelligence? He said it may be both. Which, in other words, he's telling you without telling you that, yes, it is private companies and non-human intelligence working together that are maneuvering these crafts.
Appreciate it. Senator...
The private companies didn't make these crafts. Let me say that. They didn't make them. But they're damn sure playing a part in why these crafts are flying around.
Let me ask you, what do you make of how your requests to satisfy people's curiosity have been met by other officials?
Not very well. Either the government...
a backwards flying triangle. That is fine.
Doesn't know anything, or the government is in a position where it's an embarrassment to the people of the state of New Jersey, because people already come to the table with distrust of government. This adds to distrust. And I'm deeply concerned that people are going to come up with conspiracy theories. You see them on the internet all the time. So this doubled down.
The reason why the people have distrust in the government, my boy, because we known this shit for years. Do y'all forget that there's people here still alive today that have seen this shit back in the 60s and 70s? Do y'all forget that there are still people alive today that actually have been abducted back in the 60s and 70s? Do y'all forget that do y'all forget the Roswell incident where niggas said a crash craft came and then y'all threatened the news reporter journalists to change the press that it was a weather balloon? Do y'all forget that people have had experiences with men in black? Your sleeper agents, as I call them, your men in black, because there were people that came close to these crafts that were crashed or seen them, and then the men in black threatened them not to say shit. You feel me? Or they would kill them, or they family, nigga. Do y'all forget that shit? That's why people have distrust in the government, because they know it's some shit going on that y'all not trying to tell us. And then you want to say that we're going to come up with conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theorists are 30-0 right now. They are undefeated. Nigga, the conspiracy theories that y'all call us, but we do our fucking research deeper than y'all. We're 30-0 right now. Let's just be real. We're 30-0 when it comes to this information shit. Or my bad. We're 30-0 when it comes to exposing shit. Let's just say it like that. Shedding the light on shit. We're light workers. So we're 30-0 right now, seems to me. That's what it looks like to me, because all the shit that we've been saying is coming out into fruition. So it's not that, and yes, we're seeing on the internet because we're talking to ourselves. If the government doesn't want to talk to us, guess what the people are gonna do? We're gonna come together and converse amongst ourselves about what could potentially be that shit flying up there. Who, and not only that, the most important question: who are manning those non-human crafts? What non-human is up there? We are at the closest. We are at the closest. This is the closest time ever. Even back in the 60s and 70s, this is the closest time ever right now that we are close. You get what I'm trying to say? This is the closest we have ever been to contacting non-human intelligence. This is the closest we have ever been to finally finding out that there is non-human beings, extraterrestrial beings moving around our planet, in the solar system, in the galaxy, in the universe. This is we are the closest we have ever been to finding out that we are not the only living species in this solar system, nigga. They used to always tell us, oh, we're the only beings. We haven't found other life yet. The government tell you that, and your scientists, we haven't found other life yet. We don't know. We haven't seen this yet. Well, we haven't came across this yet. We're still the only beings that live right now that have complex life. We're the only planet right now that has complex life. Now it's different. Now we're the closest we've ever been to finding out we're not the only complex life walking around this universe, nigga, moving around this universe. We're not the only ones, nigga. It's finally here. I mean, I've been know we weren't the only ones. There's many other people that knew we weren't the only ones. But now for the people with thick skulls and thick craniums and NPCs, this is the closest they ever been now. And now they're questioning the NPC. I told y'all, even the NPCs are scratching their heads now. They're like, hold on, nigga. What is that up there? The NPCs this shit is starting to break the NPCs program. That's what got these niggas so shook. Even their NPCs, their program is being broken by this shit, because now they're scratching their heads like, hold on, nigga. What's going on? I've been an NPC my whole life. Oh, God. You feel me? They like, oh, God. So for him to say that is just pure blasphemy, bro.
And it double downs on the people who make up theories and also don't trust government. So it has a double whammy on government.
Double-edged blade.
Have they told you anything, Senator, about what to say or what to think?
The only thing I heard is Governor Murphy did a press conference while he was signing another bill, and he indicated he wasn't concerned with the safety of residents. But the residents I represent are deeply concerned that they need a lot more information than a blanket statement that it's still safe out there. That's simply not enough. We're going to have a briefing tomorrow. And
these people in New Jersey are so scared. They don't even know if they safe no more. Damn, nigga. These niggas are so scared. The people in New Jersey know it's ETs at this point. They know it's aliens. They like, nigga, there's aliens above our city, nigga. What do we do? Are we finna get abducted? Are we finna get attacked? Are we finna get vaporized like War of the Worlds, hit with them ray guns and ray beams and shit, where we get turned to straight ashes? Like, that's what them niggas is concerned about.
Trenton, and I'm looking forward to hearing what they have to say.
Well, you got a platform here to tell the country what you're finding out and what you're not finding out whenever you want it. Mr. Elizondo, it's good to have you again. What's your guess on this? I mean, look, the good news is you see a lot of navigation lights on these things. You see red and greens on a lot of these, which, as you know,
and blue.
Familiar lighting that people put on drones over a certain size. What's your guess as to why there's so many over Jersey all of a sudden?
Well, Chris, surprisingly enough, it's not just over Jersey. Recently, over a few weeks ago, we had a very similar issue over Langley Air Force Base, one of our most sensitive military installations. And frankly, if you look back the last 4 or 5 years, there was actually a very similar occurrence back in Colorado, where for weeks, local and state law enforcement officials were chasing these things in the skies, almost doing a racetrack pattern, and no one seemed to know what the heck was going on. Actually, this is one.
You want to know why they're in Colorado? That's the Atlanteans trying to see what's up with their brother, bro. They trying to see what's going on with their brother, Malachi Z. York, nigga. Y'all know what's in Colorado? There's a bunch of military bases, and they got bases inside the mountains out there in Colorado. Look it up. And on top of that, you have the number one most max prison in the United States in Colorado, which is the ADX Florence prison, the ADX Florence prison. This is where Malachi Z. York is being held at. He's being held in the most it's classed as the super max prison. This is the most highest level, highest controlled prison in the I dare say the world. This is the most highest security prison ever. They trying to make sure that nigga don't walk out that prison, nigga. They trying to make sure Malachi doesn't walk out that prison, because when he walks out that prison, when his feet hit that soil, nigga, the world gonna feel it. The world gonna feel it, gang. The world gonna feel it. How long I've been live? I've been live for 30 minutes. I'm probably gonna end it right here. The world gonna feel it when he walk out that prison. But they just don't know that prison, nigga. When the great EMP hits upon the earth, nigga, all them prison cell doors, all that shit gonna open up. Chaos gonna ensue. He gonna walk straight through the middle of the chaos, out that prison, come straight back to Georgia. That's it. That's the first place he's going straight back to. He's not going nowhere else, nigga. Malachi Z. York is not going nowhere else. He's going straight back to Georgia. You feel me? To link back up with all his folks. You feel me? He gonna go straight back out there, link back up with all his folks. Get the nation is going to come. I'm telling you, the Nuwaubian nation is still living strong, it's still going strong, but it's going to become even more powerful when that nigga walk out them prison cells. He's going to walk out that prison cell. You feel me? And it's not just some shit that I'm just saying out my mouth. It's like a vision, bro. I see the vision. You feel me? I see the vision. It give me chills. You feel me? But that nigga's going to walk out that prison, step foot upon the earth. He gonna take a trip. He gonna take it. As he take that trip though, he gonna still be doing some powerful shit along the way. But he gonna take that trip straight back to Georgia though. You feel me? It's the reason why he established Tamaray in Georgia. It's the reason why he put that there, because that's on the 33rd parallel, and that's on the that's right there on the land of the Atlanteans, nigga. You know, Malachi Z. York is very well aware of who the Atlanteans are and what they are and what they're capable of, and he knows that's one of the prime root races that the Ethereans, but he know that's the primary race that the Nine Ethers descend from, which is the Atlanteans, which was deemed as the most powerful civilization to ever lived on Earth, even more powerful than us humans today. But they crumbled due to their own power. You see what I'm saying? There was supposedly a black magic war or some shit like that, but really it was an intergalactic war. I beg to differ. You feel me? There was an intergalactic war that took place, and niggas dropped a quantum bomb on the Earth, which was the first meteorite that took out the dinosaurs, but that wasn't a meteorite. That was a quantum bomb. And it damn sure eradicated most of us, then we went underwater. We didn't drown. They telling y'all where we went, nigga. They really telling y'all where we went. We didn't drown or we didn't sink, nigga. We chose to go live underwater because we knew that was the next best place. Even deeper. I'm talking about deeper than these reptilian military and gray military bases, U.S. military bases that's underground. We're under them, nigga. We're under them in the water, nigga. That's why they don't want to tell you what's in that water. That's why you're seeing crafts come out of the water, go into the sky, and dip. And then they come back from out the sky and go into the water and then don't come back up. There's something down there, nigga. There's something down there. Most of these UFO sightings are coming from places where there's a lot of water at. New Jersey, nigga. The Atlantic Ocean is right next to New Jersey. You got shit. Then he, like in the UFO hearing, he said they was spotting UFOs off the coast of Kuwait. They're spotting all kind of UFOs, and notice it's always happening in locations where there's a lot of water at. You had the Pascagoula incident, you feel me, where UFOs came down, and it was like a fucking, what's it called? Hold on. Pascagoula incident, UFO. Pascagoula abduction. Here we go right here. Niggas was abducted by some beings. You feel me? They was fishing off the pier when they heard a whirring and whizzing sound and saw two flashing blue lights, observed an oval-shaped object 30 or 40 feet across, 8 to 10 feet high. So this was a big-ass craft. Claimed they were conscious but paralyzed, while three creatures with a robotic slit mouths and crab-like pincers took them aboard the object and subjected them to examination. So there's many different creatures in ETs here. This is what they look like. Here we go right here. I don't know what the fuck these are, but they drew them up for y'all. I told y'all, people don't just make this shit up. They had to have somebody draw this shit. I believe people should still do this. When people get abducted, they should be able to get artists that can visualize this shit and draw it up. That's what they did. They had an artist come and talk to these niggas that was abducted and draw up what this creature looked like, and this is what they got. You don't just make this shit up. This was a telepathic image that was able to be put down on paper. You feel me? And this is what they look like. I don't know what the fuck you call these. You feel me? I don't know what the hell you call these. Mr. Crab people or something? But yeah, these were the things that pulled up on their ass while they were fishing, and you feel me? They got abducted. There's many other beings here too, besides just the grays and shit that were coming down and experimenting on the six ether beings. Like, look at this. They even got. This is a even better image right here of what the fuck they look like. So yeah, don't forget the Pascagoula incident. You feel me? Look, this is what the craft looked like. 30 feet across. It was a disc or an oval, a football-shaped object. And this is what the creatures look like. They look like fucking, I don't even know what the hell that is. I don't know what you call that, bro. I really don't. If I can figure it out what you call that, what's the word I'm looking for? If I can figure out the galactic name, the intergalactical name of these beings, then, you know, yeah. But right now I'm calling them crab people. These are the crab niggas. You feel me? But yeah, the Pascagoula incident. So, wait, hold on. Can y'all see that? Oh, y'all not seeing it. Hold on, my bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Here we go, right here. But this is what the beings look like from the Pascagoula incident. My bad, y'all. Y'all couldn't even see it. They look like crab niggas. Yeah, can y'all tell me what that is? I don't think y'all can, because I can't neither. Shit, I don't know what that is. But this was in Pascagoula, Mississippi. So notice a lot of these crafts are coming from areas where a lot of water is at. That's why they call them ships, because their crafts are literally made to cut through air in water. You see that disc sharp shape? It easily slices through the water, allowing it to move at 100 knots, like how these U.S. Navy SEALs was talking about when they spotted that object above the ocean water next to their naval ship. But these crafts are designed to cut through the water in the air. But yeah, like I was saying, notice a lot of these beings are going to come out of the water. You feel me? They're going to come out of the water. And another thing that makes sense that these came out of the water, they have crab hands, nigga. They have crab hands. So back here, Pascagoula incident. They said that the here it is. I didn't show y'all this, but it says this claim they were conscious but paralyzed while three creatures with robotic slit mouths and crab-like pincers took them aboard the ship. And this was in Pascagoula along the Gulf of Mexico. Gulfport right there, and then you got Pascagoula off in the cut. But there we go. But yeah, it would make sense. Now that I put it together with the phenotype of what they look like, it makes sense that they would come out the ocean with crab-like pincers, because what's in the ocean? Crabs. But yeah, all kind of shit is gonna come out the ocean, but mainly the Ethereans is gonna be coming out of the ocean because, like I said, the Atlanteans went down into the water and started creating underwater cities and bases. And like I said, you know, NASA and NOAA, when they went down there, they was finding shit that they was like, okay, we didn't know y'all was down here. Let's get the fuck, even with the poles where you go into the so-called inner earth, which still leads into there, deep within the waters in other worlds. Even in there, they were finding civilizations. They was like, oh shit, you feel me? Let's back up out of here. We not finna tell them what's going on. We don't need no intergalactical war starting this early, because if the people find out there's other beings, we won't have control over the planet no more. Simple as that. But yeah, keep track of them oceans. You know, it's the reason why the ocean is 80% unexplored, and it's not because of how deep it is and the pressure. They got shit that can withstand it and go down there and search and go and see what's going on. They just don't want to do that shit. The ocean is a completely different world. I mean, look at the sea creatures. Look at some of the sea creatures. You know, they look alien themselves. You got something called an oarfish, right? I'm going to show you a fish that comes out of the ocean. It's called an oarfish. I want to show you this fish. This is a big-ass fish, and it can cut shit, too. You see this fish?
An amazing discovery in the waters off the northern coast of...
It's called the giant oarfish. This fish is so sharp, too. It's literally metallic. It's a metal... Nigga, I never thought in my day and age would I ever see a metal fish. God damn it. I have... Like, let me show y'all this shit. Let me show y'all, right? Never in my day and age would I have ever thought I would see a metal fish. And that motherfucker look human. You know what this remind me of? It reminds me of an Egyptian face. How them Egyptian faces be looking on the hieroglyphs. But look at him. He just stuck in there in the water. Look at him.
An enormous deep-sea oarfish was spotted by divers. The creature's over...
Look at him. Look at his shit waving and shit. Look at his little, like, whatever you call this. His dorsal fin. Look at that shit wave. It look alien-like.
Over 6 feet long.
Look at that. 6 feet long. And remember, these things are sharp enough to cut shit. It's literally a metal fish.
It was dotted with what appear to be giant bite marks.
So something tried eating it, maybe. I don't know what. Maybe what the fuck? I mean, that's giant. It's not really that giant. You know, I can see if a shark took a bite out of it, but it's like something smaller trying to take a bite out of it. Who
Now,
knows?
the oarfish is known as a messenger from the sea god's palace.
Listen, a messenger from the sea god's palace. You don't see these fish are rare to see up in the, like, you got different levels of the ocean. You got the light zone, the surface ocean. You got the surface ocean where the sun can shine through. Then you got like the mid part of the ocean. Let me see. Let me type it in for y'all. You know I gotta do this. Different levels of ocean, right? Here we go, right here. You got the MP. Bro, can I get like a bigger screen? Let's just get a more. You got the the euphotic. You got the euphotic zone, which is where sunlight is at. The dysphotic zone, which they call the twilight zone. Sun decreases rapidly with death. Photosynthesis is not possible from here. And then you got the aphotic zone, aka the midnight zone. The sunlight does not penetrate. Giant squids live down here. The deeper you go into the ocean, you have something called deep sea gigantism. So the deeper you go into the ocean, the bigger the fucking creatures get. That's some scary shit now. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's some scary shit. Because when you look at shit, stories like the Megalodon and stories like the Kraken, and you got shit called the bloop. Y'all remember that? I don't know if y'all heard of this, but it's something called the bloop, right? People still believe this shit today. The bloop was a loud, mysterious underwater sound recorded in 1997, 3 years before 2000, by the National Oceanic. When they seen, this is what made them really stop exploring the ocean right here, was this shit right here. For a fact, nigga. Hands down. This what really made them stop exploring the ocean. They said that the bloop was detected by hydrophone 5,000 miles apart all around the world. They was really hearing this shit all around the world on different radios that they got set in the ocean. And it says they hurry up and disclaimed it. They said bloop was discovered as an ice quake caused by an iceberg breaking away from the Antarctic glacier. That's a fucking lie. You're not hearing something that fucking far from an Arctic glacier, nigga. They said that this shit sounded like an animal call. The way it sounded like an animal call. That's what they were saying at first. And then that's when they hurry up in 2005. They waited so 3 years, 2000, and 5 years on top of that. They waited 8 years later to say that it was an Arctic glacier. They waited 8 years later to say that it was an Arctic glacier. But before the source was discovered, there was a speculation that the bloop came from a marine animal. That's what they were saying at first. Here it is. And then it says, however, the idea that a giant animal could make noise loud enough to be heard across the Pacific Ocean was considered more fantasy than science. But it seems like, hey, if UFOs fucking fantasy? No. So, but they portray it as fantasy in their movies. So anyways, like I was saying, that was in fantasy. There are shit down there that is big, and let me show y'all. It's called deep sea gigantism. Deep sea gigantism is the tendency for deep sea animals to be larger than their shallower water relatives. Some examples of deep sea creatures that exhibit gigantism include this shit. And not only that, some deep sea creatures can be cold blooded, so that allows them, because you gotta think, if something that big, you gotta like, damn, what do they feed on down there? They probably feed on other bigger shit, or two, they're more cold blooded in nature, so they don't have to eat as much. And they can just chill in a docile state. And when it comes time for them to eat a little something, they just go eat that 1 or 2 times. And then they go back moving around the ocean for a little minute. And then go back into hibernation mode again when it get real cold or whatever. But other than that, like I said, you got deep sea gigantism. And the deeper you go into the ocean, the bigger shit get. And I believe the bloop was what made them stop exploring the ocean, because they knew that it was something big down there in that fucking ocean they didn't want people to know about. And they was like, fuck, we not going down there to search shit, because they don't want to get, you don't want to get ate the fuck up by an 80-foot creature, nigga, that you ain't never seen before in your day in life. So, I mean, of course, they not finna keep exploring that shit, because they don't want to waste money fighting them creatures down there. So, just like the Titan shit, when they went to go, the Titan submarine, they went to go see the Titanic shit last year and supposedly imploded. It didn't implode because them niggas started finding parts, and they started, I think, if I'm correct, they found body parts now. Titan submersible or submarine, we don't care. Human remains. Let me see. Likely human remains recovered from the Titan submersible. More debris, more removed from the seafloor this month, killing 5 people. Oh my God, whatever. It says more debris and presumed human remains have been recovered from the Titan submersible. The U.S. Coast Guard said months after the vessel imploded, killing 5 people. Now, I want to say something. When something implodes, nigga, it crushes in on itself, literally into straight juice, nigga. You're being juiced when you're getting, like, when you implode, nigga, you turn into straight human juice. There is no remains left. So how can remains still be intact at that deep pressure of a level, as they say, in the ocean? No, that's not. Something came down there and ripped their ass up. You feel me? Something came down. I don't know why I went to this. My bad. But this was last year. They found they said presumed human remains. Basically, they're presuming it. They're claiming it as human remains found in the wreckage of the Titan submarine that they made. Look at that. If something imploded, bro, the wires would not still look that fucking good. The wires, something, them niggas was ate by something down there. There's no fucking way the wires and the metal is still looking that good. This is the wreckage from the Titan shit. That shit should be all crumpled and, you feel me, gang banging and shit. There's no way that shit still looks that fucking good. You cannot sit here and tell me that shit still looks good from being imploded. When something implodes, that metal, you see that metal bar right there? You see that metal bar? That shit would be crunched up like a soda can, nigga. There's no way. So something, and then there's still human remains. Something came down there, nigga. That's why I told you the ocean is not the safest place to be traveling at this time. It's not. There's shit coming up and snatching niggas. You feel me? Because the earth is warming up. Remember, climate change is in place. So a lot of animals are moving to places they usually wouldn't be at. That includes these deep sea giant ass creatures, which that's going to start coming out more too. You feel me? That's going to start coming in. And a lot of these beings that are inside the ocean, you feel me? These intelligent beings that got these intelligent crafts that's flying in and out of the ocean into space and shit, they're coming up now because of the climate change, because their environment is changing down there. Like, what the fuck is going on with the earth? And they're coming up and they see us and they're like, y'all are the reason why, nigga. You're fucking up the ecosystem. You feel me? You're fucking up the ecosystem. We need y'all to stop. Stop what you're doing to yourselves, most importantly. You're fucking up yourselves in the ecosystem around you. So, you know, even these deep sea creatures, they're feeling the effects of this climate change, and it's starting to make them go up. The waters are getting warmer and warmer, too warm for them to be real. And they're starting to come a little further up to the surface, closer to the surface, where they can cool down a little bit more. But now they got to move around up there because they don't want to go back down there to you know, a home that's basically being destroyed. You feel me? From the poles shifting. So when the poles shift, things move and things shift and they move to different places that they usually wouldn't be at, and now they're gonna call this new place home, basically, nigga. So yeah, something came up and snatched them niggas. I don't believe that was an implosion. Something came up and snatched them niggas and fucked them up. So that's what they get though for trying to do that shit. But I'm gonna end this video here, man. Like I said, it's gonna be more things that come out of the ocean. I appreciate everybody. I value y'all, to those who watch my videos, and not only that, y'all sit here and look at this research with me. Y'all do the research with me yourselves too on your own phone and computer, and you know y'all actually take the time to listen to the receipts that I got to display to y'all, and not just sit here and talk your ears off too as well. But I'll still talk your ears off though. But yeah, I appreciate every one of y'all, especially on this new channel that I got now. You feel me? I appreciate all 14 of y'all that subscribed to me. You feel me? That came from my older channel or somehow even found me. You feel me? I appreciate y'all because, like I said, without y'all, there's no me. You feel me? That's just how life works. Without customers, there's no Walmart. Without food or customers, there's no McDonald's. There's no none of that shit. Without money, there's no business. You see what I'm saying? And, without people, there's no you. You feel me? There's no you, literally. So, I appreciate y'all. You feel me? And like I said, don't just take what I say and run with it. Always do your own research, do your own informational acquiring that you need to do to gain the knowledge that you need about what's going on this planet. And I have shown you today that there are non-humans walking around your planet, but I've been saying this for the past 3 years, bro. And I've been knowing this shit all my life. I've been speaking on it the past 3 years, but I've been knowing this shit all my life. I'm now coming out about it. Well, I ain't gonna say now, but back in 2020, I started coming out about all this shit for the simple fact, nigga, I seen that everybody was starting to tap in. You feel me? Niggas was starting to see that there's something more going on this planet. You feel me? So, now I feel more comfortable just coming out and speaking about this shit. You feel me? Because this ain't the same time as it was back in the 2000s, in the 80s and 70s, where niggas was getting assassinated, clapped, and having a food poison and get hit with heart attack guns for exposing this kind of information. We ain't in that time no more. It's everywhere now, and they can't stop it. That's why they're scared, and these beings and these elites are running rampant in chaos like a chicken with their heads cut off. Because for the simple fact, this information is starting to spew out, and they don't know how, but it's happening through the means of the universe, and also through the means of beings that's making their way back home. You feel me? Star family making their way back home. Some are coming up from under the ocean to see what's going on home. You feel me? Other than that, I appreciate y'all, man. I value y'all. Most importantly, y'all stay in tune. And like always, I'll be back with another one. One love, make universal love, y'all. I'm out.